going on, Jerome? So I know that everyone is crying in the breast milk. Oh, the Vikings 7-2, and the Lions looking like a freight train right now. It is what it is, and the Vikings shoulda, coulda, woulda beat the Lions a couple weeks ago. It is what it is, and the frickin' Texans and their stupid frickin' Texans. Ugh. But the Vikings are a game behind the Lions. The Lions do have a leg up in the head-to-head. Vikings 7-2, Lions 8-1, and got to find a way for the Vikings to still crib this division, right? So getting that likely is going to mean that they'll be the 1 seed, maybe the 2, but either way, I feel like the Lions are due for a couple of meatballs, and I think that the Vikings can sneak their way in. So, it's one of the things that I like about election coverage is doing like the map stuff. So we're gonna crib. We're gonna find a damn way that the Vikings win this damn division. So let's get it on. First off, week 11 games. So you got the Vikings against the Tennessee Titans. You got the Lions hosting the Jaguars. All right, so we'll give them. Although, hey, Jacksonville, one time. Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence and that sore shoulder, baby. Brian Thomas Jr. three touchdowns. Let's go. The Jaguars' defense ain't bad. I don't know, man. But say that everything holds serve and everything goes according to Hoyle, and then we go to the next week. How do I go? Oh, next. Enhance. All right, so week 12. All right, so the Vikings at the Bears, who are imploding, and then the Lions get... Who do the Lions get? Oh, the Lions get the Colts. I swear everything that's holy, the Lions tiptoeing through the tulips with these a-holes. Anyways, Vikings beat the Bears, and then you got the Lions beating the Colts. Although, Anthony Richardson's back in, and the Colts haven't been bad. Like, can we just get a one-time-o? But, all right, so everything holds serve, and the Vikings 9-2, which I feel like is pretty damn good. But then the Lions also 10-1. The week after, we got Thanksgiving. The Bears on the road against the Lions. Whatever. And then the Vikings hosting the Cardinals. That's going to be a big-time game, man. But the Vikings do have to keep track here and keep holding serve and keep going there. All right, so the Vikings, this was tough. I mean, the margin for error ain't going to be a lot. Now, the Packers on the road against the Lions, both of them coming off the mini bye because both of them play on Thanksgiving. So we just need one. And I know that the Packers are embarrassed by the way that the Lions pantsed them at Lambeau a couple of weeks ago. So Thursday Night Football, come on. I'm not rooting for the Packers to win. I'm just rooting for the Lions to lose. And then in the Kirk Cousins Bowl, say the Vikings take care of business, and all of a sudden notched up at 11-2. But like we said, the Lions do have the leg up in terms of the head-to-head, but we soldier on. And the Lions schedule thus far has been sort of whatever, but they got some big-time matchups coming in the pipeline. But, of course, they're always at home. They got the Bills coming into Ford Field. Go Josh Allen and company one time. Then Monday night against the Bears, the Winter Warrior night. Let's go. Then all of a sudden, the Vikings 12-2. Who would have knew? A full game ahead of the 11-3 Detroit Lions. Then, all right, so Lions take care of the Bears on the road. The Vikings at Seahawks. That could be a little bit tough. Actually, we'll give them one. So notched up again at 12-3, but also this just illustrates the margin for error for the Vikings is pretty damn low. Now the Lions, thankfully, have a tough game on the road against the frickin' 49ers. So Vikings host the Packers. We'll go Vikings at home, and then we'll go the Niners. Baroo, we are back, and then it comes down to all the marbles. In a game that, if this is how it's going to play out, this game is probably going to be flexed into Sunday Night Football. But Vikings versus the Lions, let's just check something. So let's say that the Lions win. Then they would win the division because they would sweep the season series at 13-4, blah, blah, blah. But the Vikings, with a win, would be, in fact, 2 games clear of the Lions at 14-3 and 12-5. So that's how huge of a swing that game would be. And then just checking in on the Vikings. So here's what the Vikings have to do in terms of slide. So the Vikings, look at the schedule. All right, so basically the Vikings have to go on a pretty damn good winning streak. So they beat the Colts, they beat the Jaguars, and essentially, so we have them marked down at 7-1 the rest of the way. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7-1. Now you can mix and match what goes on here. Like maybe the Vikings beat the Seahawks, maybe they lose to the Packers, maybe the Vikings randomly lose to the Falcons and then beat that. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day. But you got to keep winning because you look at the Lions schedule, and again, the Lions are a freaking freight train at this moment in time, but they do have a couple of near-run things where we just need like one random upset. Well, first off, the Texans, freaking Texans, come on, man. But can we get the Jaguars to just have one glorious moment, or the Colts at home? Can we do that? Or I mean, some of these divisional fights, can we get the Bears to have at least one moment of glory? The Packers take care of business, which would be kind of nice. But also, they do play the Bills, and they do play the 49ers, who are starting to get hot at the right time. So hopefully the Lions will drop a game or two because the Vikings are going to need it. And the Vikings, I mean, bottom line, just take care of your business, and then everything else will take care of itself. But I guess we shall see what will go on the rest of the way. But your thoughts are thoughts. How the Vikings can catch the Lions in the divisional race? Just win, baby. Al Davis is right. Just win. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You know what to do. Skull Production Value.